So this is Chelsea King. She's a self-proclaimed small indie artist.
Who's supposed to proclaim it?
Yeah, I guess.
The council hasn't.
Her boyfriend was going to have a ring fitted with a new gemstone, and this ring was like a family heirloom. And she'll get into more of this, but basically there was an issue, and
Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise, and so she took, like many people, to TikTok.
Yes,
to voice her frustrations.
Okay.
My first instinct is when I have an interpersonal thing going on, I'm like, I need more contributors.
King Jewelers lost my 4th generation family heirloom engagement ring and my boyfriend's $10,000 crystal and is refusing to pay us. Now, they are a massive company with several locations. They might be a corporation, and they know that I am just a little indie musician and my boyfriend is a tennis player, so they think that they can get away with not paying us. But I'm bringing it to TikTok and hoping that you guys can do your magic. If you've been following me for a long time, you know I'm a little bit of a woo-woo hippie, and so is my boyfriend. We spent about a year working with these shamans to help us heal and unblock our chakras. They did an amazing job. Now, my partner Dawson and I have done several past life regressions.
What's a bad job?
My chakras are still blocked.
Dude, this is actually another company I'm having an issue with.
Yeah.
I worked with King Chakras, and they gave me more chakra, or blocked them more.
Yeah, I have to find a chakra plumber to like unclog my chakras. I don't want to, because it's like the only reason we're making fun of it is because they're two white people.
Oh yeah, dude. And they use flushable wipes in their chakras. That's the issue.
But while we were working with these shamans, he purchased this $10,000 tanzanite gem.
He bought it?
I just feel like the sentence, while we were working with these shamans, he purchased a $10,000 tanzanite
on Amazon.
gemstone.
He's on his phone while they're doing the session. What are you doing? I just sort of got a 2-day delivery.
Okay, I want to focus on, the bad thing that happened to them, but it's like so hard for me to relate to that sentence.
To be fair, they just know I'm a little indie musician and he's just some tennis player.
He's
and
just some tennis player.
Interesting.
So anyway, 2 shamans and $10,000
liquid dollars.
It's like the biggest tanzanite I've ever seen, straight from the mines in Tanzania.
I don't love it straight from the mines.
Blood on it.
I'll tell you what. I don't love that it's straight from the mines.
We got it straight from his father's mine.
No, stop. Wait, I was on your side, but now I was slightly off your side with the shamans, and now you're starting to lose me.
Shamans used this crystal to heal him and cut some ties from his past life. Specific tie was with this evil man that unalived him. So ever since we did that, we'd been planning to put the
in the past life.
You gotta stop hanging out with him.
Yeah, there's an evil man in this past life that killed his past self.
Presumably that evil man is he still around, doesn't he?
So ever since we did that, we'd been planning to put the tanzanite in the center of my family heirloom as our engagement ring. And then we would use the rest of the tanzanite to make earrings and rings for our eventual kids that we would have, so that we could all kind of have matching tanzanite rings.
Like a Scott Pilgrim style, like Harry Potter style Horcrux situation.
Yeah, well, the kids are twins and they each get half an amulet with half a tanzanite in them, and when they combine them, they become a bigger kid.
They become a kid in a trench coat.
And their voices are both playing when they speak.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess in May, both got stolen. But they did not tell us until July 11th. When they finally told us in July, it was because Dawson had called them 3 times in one day. He'd called them all week with no response, no updates.
3 times in one day isn't crazy when you haven't heard about your $10,000 gem.
In fact, that it took you that long is actually a little peculiar. I think day 4 is probably when I'd be dropping it.
I was just trying to get a doctor's appointment the other day. I think I called them 6 times.
Well, it's because they stole my ring.
Yeah, they did steal my blood emeralds.
Yeah. Well, my father's blood emeralds, I should say, and certainly not the guy that mined it. He doesn't have anything anymore, I'll tell you that much.
So to expedite the rest of this video, once they finally did get a hold of King Jewelers, they told her that the ring was lost. And it was because
King Jewelers, by the way, great name. Just for this, if I was writing this story as fiction, King Jewelers is probably the name of it.
He's like King Candy and the Candy.
Yeah, the only better one would be Shaman Jewelers.
Diamond Thief. Shaman Jeweler, Diamond Thief.
They told her that it had been lost in shipping because they had to send it to a third party for the tanzanite to get cut.
They had to send it to a mine.
before they placed it in the ring. And that when it was getting shipped, it wasn't insured.
I don't know anything about diamonds. I know they're kind of famously hard to cut or whatever. I feel like if I'm giving my jewelry to someone that's going to put it in other jewelry, they should be able to cut
Isn't
jewelry.
That the one, like it's weird that I also feel like from an insurance standpoint, if you didn't sign something with them that gave them the ability to like send it off without insurance, wouldn't they be liable for it?
Yeah, it must have insurance. That's crazy. That's not.
It's like it's so weird. Yeah, like
It's a very frugal jewelry store.
Yeah, and they're sending off a 10,000. If I send like a $20 thing, I'm insuring it for like $20.
I have some ring updates for y'all. I know it's only 7 a.m., but I promised I would update this process, and I plan to deliver on that promise. First, I just want to say thank you so much for blowing my video up. I have never had so many strangers willing to go to battle for me, and honestly, all of the support has been a little bit overwhelming. It's been one of the most heartwarming and validating experiences of my life, so thank you for making such a horrible situation feel so beautiful.
The light it's now being revealed how harsh this light is, because look at how hard the shadow is being cast on this.
All of the Google reviews brought their stars from 4.8 down to 3.8. And then this morning when I checked, they had deleted everyone's Google reviews, including mine and including my boyfriend's. And I think they may have disabled that feature completely, which feels very inauthentic and suspicious.
You can delete the Google reviews?
That's I don't know.
Does it change the aggregate?
Because on Yelp, people think that you can like delete reviews, but you actually like kind of can't. like maybe if they detect that something was like malicious or like sent from all the same IP or something like that.
They might have like seen an influx of a lot of negative reviews and like flagged it as like spam and removed it.
I was gonna say that feels like it could have happened for sure.
Yeah, I just don't even know what, or at the very least they like requested they do that because clearly there is like some kind of momentum also.
Well, yeah, if you're having like hundreds of reviews come in from people who have never shopped at your business, then that's like...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not like just because someone's an influencer doesn't mean that their review counts as
it's not any more
1,000
valid,
reviews. Yeah.
Like, I guess I would delete the ones that aren't 5-star. That would be the thing I do.
That's the thing.
Probably.
It's like that's what everyone would do. And that's why, like you generally can't on... Like Yelp is the one where there's a lot of conspiracy theories about like buying reviews and stuff. But from what I know and having worked there, and that's not a thing that happens. But I have no reason to protect them. But I'm, pretty sure a lot of the times it's like scammers who like are basically saying that they can do something that they can't do. And just trying to steal money from you.
Last night I was feeling a little bit guilty when I was seeing like all of their social media get blown up.
Only a little bit?
That's
and I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be responsible for this business tanking?
Maybe.
Right. Yeah, probably.
And that I still feel a little guilty about that. But my boyfriend was like, no, Chelsea, they literally brought this on themselves.
Cool guy.
Okay, yeah, but like the only thing is maybe a single receipt would be helpful.
It's just... No, Chelsea.
And they've been deleting our Google reviews. We still don't know if that's a thing. Actually, can we Google this? Can you delete Google reviews?
Just say, yeah, I know.
Because it seems like she should have Googled it before saying it in this video, but...
They can ask.
They can ask Google.
If they violate Google's But Google doesn't offer a simple delete option because reviews are... Yeah. Now, it's probably because it was spam.
They're right.
So,
that's what you said.
Unfortunately, yeah, so it's weird that she's saying... It feels weird that a company can delete the hundreds of review bombs that happened when a bunch of well-meaning people who saw my TikTok went to go review a business they've never...
I did not ask them to do that. They did.
And so why are they allowed to delete those? They're legitimate.
I didn't ask anyone to kill them, but I'm glad they did, and they shouldn't go to jail.
The question lies, the moral question is a review legitimate if it comes from someone who has never... if it comes from someone who simply heard something bad about the business?
Yeah, sure.
And I would say no, because the review is meant to, if I'm going or looking at reviews, I want them from people not who heard something online, but people who've actually used the service.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's why the Rotten Tomatoes audience score is like worthless, because it's just going to be all it represents is how engaged the fan base of this thing is.
Right.
Because I'm sure the Beekeeper has like a pretty reasonable audience score of just like, whatever.
I mean,
it was
Beekeeper even
fine.
has a decent Metacritic review
rules.
score.
I think when they said that us asking to be compensating, they told the Better Business Bureau that us asking for money for our ring back was us blackmailing them.
This is because the review that they left on Better Business Bureau was asking for a $25,000 payment for the ring.
Okay. I guess because they're putting a price on the family heirloom as well.
On the family heirloom.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's like, it has sentimental value.
Yeah.
And then
guess.
she's saying that, the ring was worth at least $1,000 and this gemstone was like $10,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Which there's someone who we're going to watch with that will actually look at the receipts.
That's kind of when I decided I needed to go to TikTok and tell the true story of what happened. I also thought I'd show you a picture of my boyfriend. This is him with, hold on, I'll back up. Wait,
What's the sign? What are you doing?
that's him with the bunny that we found when we were on a hike in the woods, which clearly was someone's pet that they had dumped. And Dawson was like insistent that we bring the bunny home.
If I had never seen any of these clips and you showed me that man, I would guess his name was Dawson immediately.
Yeah,
I would have
100%.
or Lance.
Yeah.
I'm literally just a little musician. He's just a little tennis player, and it feels really nice to have like a whole team of people willing to fight.
Did you guys watch the Olympics?
Yeah.
I mainly watched Little Tennis.
Right.
Where they it's with
tennis
a
player.
ping pong ball.
Yeah.
Just a little
He's
tennis
just a little tennis player.
That's so with 10,000 liquid cash.
There were a couple of jewelry companies who said, hey, this is like terrible. I'm so sorry this happened. Let us make a replacement ring
Oh, that's
for you.
kind of
Wow.
crazy.
So this company in particular, Moretta & Co., offered to essentially just like make her a ring. And then they had they shared some DMs, and then they decided to pull out to no longer give her a ring because they were in contact with King Jewelers and got some details from them.
Oh,
which
shit.
They shared in this video.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
I have all of the evidence from the Chelsea King's Jewelers case. I'm going to share it with you guys now. But firstly, as a disclaimer, I am not involved with King's Jewelers. I'm not being paid by them. I'm not being compensated in any way.
I wanted to read his little disclaimers because I think they're valid. Making this video is risking our reputation as well. That was the first thing that came to my mind. We already have received several 1-star reviews. That sucks.
Oh, because they like pulled out of the or whatever.
or even like now that they're on the side of King's Jewelers. And then I'm like,
Sure.
I don't know.
It was a little impulsive to leave that comment in the first place.
It was.
Landed on this part first.
I also feel like, is it wrong to feel like doing the we're just little guys thing is a little bit.
I'm just a tiny tennis player.
That does kind of, I don't know.
It's a little
Doesn't sit right with me.
Tapping the index
Yeah.
fingers together.
It's
No
like
rings.
I get it, like, but you also have 200,000 Instagram or TikTok followers.
And I
In your
cannot
first-
get over the like. If you're gonna say there's someone like pursuing a big industry like music and or professional sports, very very few people do make it. And that is like a valid. If someone says I'm just a little one of this, I assume like, oh, okay, potentially completely unpaid, entirely, maybe a small gig here and there. I don't even know how. Maybe the guy teaches tennis and that's how he makes money. But then you say $10,000 diamond
I know.
imported. I'm like, oh, well, one of those two jobs is making a bunch of money.
Or they are coming from money, I guess.
Yeah,
but
that's the other path. Which
but I mean, it's like, it's weird because it's not that the principle of it is suspicious. It's the like lack of evidence that they're giving and kind of editorializing everything without like hard evidence. And then like the showing the boyfriend with the bunny is like just completely unrelated to anything and just feels like another way of like, look, we're just little.
a picture of him in like after surgery, like, oh look, this is when he got his tonsils out. Oh,
What's the
sweetie.
name of this artist?
Chelsea King.
I'm doing this under my own.
Chelsea King.
Yeah, it is.
Who is Chelsea King?
Okay, she is a smaller artist, yeah.
Look up tennis. Is there a tennis part of Spotify?
Yeah, let me search tiny tennis.
More photos as well as the drop-off receipt matching the
911?
999 on the left side of the initial photo he sent me. So this is the correct drop-off receipt. That's the correct stone. It's 5-6 carats max, not the 14 carat
There's Dawson.
stone that Chelsea is stating.
He's going a little fast for me because I don't know. So
He's giving a lot of reading.
He said the carats didn't match up.
Now, if you look at the drop-off receipt, which I can tell you right now, the way these work is they ask you for a stated value. If you don't state a value, you don't get more than the maximum on the receipt. And stating a value does not cost you anything. There's no insurance cost for that. You just state this is worth $10,000. So if they paid $10,000 for the Tanzanite, Dawson, when he dropped off, should have said this is a $10,000 Tanzanite.
It's very possible that this shaman was not a great financial third party. He was like, yeah, I found it. What is his source for getting this Tanzanite?
It could be $10,000 of a different currency, maybe a more inflated currency.
Said this is a $10,000 Tanzanite. He didn't because it wasn't, and he was lying. So that's why it's not stated on the drop-off receipt, and that's why he's limited to $800 in compensation legally.
Oh, $80.
That's what we were talking about too, because it's like you have to have signed some sort of form, and obviously signing a form doesn't mean that you're like spiritually waiving your rights if you don't know, or like the appropriate disclosures aren't made.
The shaman can.
But like when
I
I ship a package and they're like, "What is the value of this package?" I'm like, I'm not saying nothing.
I don't know. You figure it out, and then as soon as my deck box is not delivered, I say, "Oh, it was $1 billion."
It was $1 billion.
Come to think of it,
it was actually made out of the blood
was
rubies.
Now, scratching my chin. Oh, that Christmas card I sent? Oh, that was $1 trillion. Come to think of it.
I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a tiny podcaster.
Just a little guy. I only fit inside of a bean.
This is a lav mic.
Yeah, this is a
But when I hold it, it's like a big one.
Here is the demand in the Better Business Bureau for $25,000 from Dawson because of he wants to be compensated for plans he had and trips he had planned and all of the other things, as well as the heirloom value of $15,000 for a $200 ring and $10,000 for a Tanzanite he got for free after a shaman experience that he paid $10,000 for.
That makes so much more sense.
It put us in slow-mo. It was so effective.
Wait. If you're paying $10,000 for a shaman experience, you've lost all of my empathy.
To be fair, it did leap out. It's almost like if you watch like a movie, a drama set in like the 1800s or something, and a character goes like, like, "Are you okay?" It's nothing. That's almost like setup.
Yeah.
It's like, we had this shaman experience, and that's all I'll say for now.
It's what's Shadowheart got over there? What's that little thing?
It hurts. Like, what does? Nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Now, everyone was led to believe that King's Jewelers stole the Tanzanite and stole the ring to make big money off of it. Now, I can tell you, after reviewing the photos provided by Chelsea, the description provided by Chelsea, and the photos provided by David, that the total value of the two items dropped off was under $500, period. Under any assessment in material value, under $500, period.
If we know the relative size of these items,
It was very small.
in the construction, it was a tiny ring.
I know that it can be worth a lot, but
But
was
I'm like, if that
really
was
small.
like pure gold, it like wouldn't be worth like that much. Like you could take the most expensive material element that it could be made out of, and even in the
Tungsten.
maximal case,
If they chipped off a little piece of the uncut gems gem
Yeah,
and put it in
yeah.
there. So hold on.
could be
Did Dawson think he was paying for the diamond and the shaman
the
gave him
shaman
a free?
experience was free.
Yeah, it's a deal.
Yeah.
Here's the police report
Whoa.
showing that FedEx did indeed have the package stolen. Again, Chelsea made everyone believe that King stole it and is profiting off of her.
I was always, okay, we didn't see any receipts, but, I'm not jumping to write a Google review. I just want to, like, hear out all parties. But, like, if you know, which, I don't know exactly what Chelsea knew, but this information is available and you didn't communicate that you were seeking to find those receipts, even if you didn't have them in the moment.
We should know what Chelsea knows. If like we've seen the next steps.
And
if
I can
that takes-
only assume the whole thing about the Google reviews. Why can a company just remove the Google reviews? Okay, that you've jumped to a conclusion.
I suppose if they could, that would be bad.
If they could, that could be bad, but we're not addressing the other options.
So if we start letting immigrants in, what if they bring dragons?
Hold on. Wait.
Would that be bad? Yes or no?
Okay, that would be bad, I guess.
Build the wall. Dragons can't get over a big wall.
Depends on what type of dragons these are.
No, dragons.
So you're anti-immigration.
Oh, wow.
No, okay, hold on.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying we should let the dragons through. I like those ones.
No, but
It is. I guess if his fiction was true, then it would be
so
bad.
even in the most charitable cases, like this is missing evidence. And now it's like if I'm cynical, then I'm saying you knew that the package was actually stolen, and you framed it this way for maximum sympathy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to jump to that cynical conclusion. There's like only so many ways that can save Chelsea from me drawing that conclusion.
Correspondence from the gem cutter, talking to the police, getting the police report.
Also, the fact that there's a police report is something that like was never mentioned in her videos, because
so much.
That means that there's some sort of process of, you know, like not that the police are gonna find the absolute truth, but there's more progress being taken in the pursuit of like what actually went down here than
frankly,
is being let on.
Too much. Honestly, the resources going into
I'm a little bit
tracking down
surprised that all this has gone on and there's no mention of it.
Here's the photo from Chelsea of her ring. Here's the photo from Kings of the ring without the emerald in it. Same ring. And again, here are photos of the tanzanite. This is not a 12, 14 karat crystal. Even if it were, it'd be worth maximum $150 in this quality. But let's say it's 5, 6, 7, 8 carats. It's worth $100 maximum. Maximum. And they were demanding $25,000, or else, or we'll defame you online. That is the threat. That is called extortion. So to summarize this, King's Jewelers sent out her project on time. It was returned to them on time. It was stolen from a FedEx vehicle, and Chelsea King is on here crucifying King's Jewelers for trying to give her a replacement ring.
The sentimental value, I guess, is a part of it, but it is like, it's not nothing.
Actually, it does not seem, we don't know for sure that there wasn't insurance on the package, because that's what Chelsea said. But then in that police report, it said that there was other things in there, like, it was like among the things that they were sending out.
Yeah, I don't
so
know
it's
enough
possible
about...
that they sent out a batch of stuff,
I don't know
of
enough
which
about,
Chelsea
like...
wasn't the only customer that was like caught up. Probably. And so if they sent out a batch of stuff and didn't insure it, that seems weird.
I don't even know if you can. Like,
yeah,
isn't there, there's like a value level where you have to insure a package,
right? Which maybe this didn't.
Maybe it
doesn't eclipse it. Yeah,
I would guess it's under $10,000.
All right, relax.
Chill
like
out.
now, because yeah, it's
why
like
does
now,
everything have to be something?
Yeah, because it's like I hope King Jewelers is lawyering up and not saying anything. This girl needs to have consequences in court. Okay.
Chill.
Slow down.
Relax. That's just being her. They're just doing the same thing.
Also, dude, people are their heart's in the right place, but they are not saying the right thing. Just because I believe my dog is worth $100,000 doesn't mean I get him for free because his value was actually zero.
Right.
What
Jesus
are you talking
Christ.
about?
I don't know if I... Man, $100,000 kind of, if it is a dog, that's almost like not enough. That's weird. I think if I came up with a vague... Oh man, these people are so
Her
strange.
original made it seem like it was the Tanzanite equivalent of the Hope Diamond. That is really funny.
Somebody made a really... One comment up from here. What if the boyfriend lied to her about the cost and he still won't fess up out of embarrassment? Now she's writing for a big one.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't... I like want to... I'm still trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but she still did construct the TikTok that lacked receipts and kind of should have known better.
You're responsible for accountability.
She literally asked the internet to do their thing.
No, I didn't say.
And so I'm like, if you're aware of the internet doing their thing, you know all the stuff that can go wrong with that.
I didn't ask them to do anything except what they did that I asked for.
She said, when she said 10K Tanzanite, I was picturing this boulder-sized stone because I purchased Tanzanite jewelry. It's not exactly a high dollar stone.
What did you think the shaman session was?
One thing that someone else had pointed out is that she at one point had this, I don't know if it's her home or her family's home or her family's vacation home, but she had this video on her TikTok that she has since deleted.
Oh, come on. What are we talking about? She lives on the set of Love Island.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of wild.
I mean, it's maybe the least surprising part so far. Is like
Maui home. Yeah, so because like if this all happened in Tennessee, I wonder if she's doing the Nashville thing because of music.
To be fair, unless she is explicitly saying like struggling financially, because she can also be saying I'm just a little musician, like scale wise, like listenership and
and
scale
I get
wise.
that, and I get that.
We got engaged. engaged.
We did it.
Thank you so much, Genesis Diamonds, for making such a beautiful ring, and thank you, Dawson. Dawson designed it.
I'm glad you like it.
absolutely stunning.
I think
Most beautiful ring
Genesis,
I've ever-
Genesis Diamond's had some hand in designing it. But
I've got an idea. What about oval? What about?
This year, my parents are renting a house in Maui. My mom works for the Red Cross as a translator, helping victims of the Lahaina fire. And and they asked us to dog sit for.
So that's good.
Still, still having a
That's
lot
good,
of money, but it is.
That's no. Well, I was just gonna say that like
Not
that was a
buying.
very serious natural disaster and caused like tons and tons of displacement. So that's a Maui connection. But I'm still like, what's the situation with that house? Because even if you're renting it, that thing is
Yeah, exactly.
that's a lot of money. They're renting in it. And to the point where they brought their pets.
Yeah, an 18-month lease.
Yeah. And so I'm confused. I'm curious how they're engaging with the community.
Yeah, this is like Dark Souls lore. Like nothing's written explicitly. You're like, actually, if you read the item description on this sword,
We found out there were a couple landslides and some beaches were closed and everything was just kind of shut down. That didn't work out. Day 2, we tried to go to Haleakala, but that was closed down as well, so rats.
Well, the thing is,
Rats.
I don't know why these places are closed down exactly, but a lot of places are closed down because of the fires.
and the landslide was the first issue, right?
Yeah.
It's just a funny way to frame it. It's like, nah, rats.
So then we went to Honolulu Bay, which apparently has a special place in Chelsea's heart.
It's very magical.
It's very magical.
Why? Explain that.
Apparently,
Is she
What do you mean
from there?
apparently?
Is she from there? I'm confused. How,
it's got a very special place in our heart.
okay.
Marry me. Yeah? Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. What do you mean she's trying to run away?
I did it.
did it. My wife.
Everywhere was closed. These people are literally still recovering from a fire. That's this is what like is going through my head. I'm so confused. I feel like I'm being gaslit by this
Dude,
video.
I went on vacation, right? And everyone was having COVID because we weren't taking no for an answer. Do you think a landslide was no? That just happened. That wasn't at you.
Rats. That's a devastating fire that displaced so many natives. It's such an inconvenience for your engagement plans.
I literally think there is a certain like a level of comfort in your brain where you don't understand how bad things can be.
Yeah.
Like you hear that and it's the same as hearing like, yeah, I heard fire engines the other day. I think that was like a house fire. And not understanding that like this is like a national event. Like it is.
I mean, like I, went to Pokemon Worlds this year in Hawaii, and I really like wasn't sure about going for this exact reason. And it was only because I had two friends there who are native Hawaiian that I was going to be able to visit and like see their hometown and like feel like I was getting to like connect with my friend and also their home and their family and like places that were sentimental to them. I like didn't feel like I was like purely just there for like tourism or something. Yeah, it's just I think the weird skating around like their inconvenience being like people's entire lives and communities being destroyed and
it was like a
uprooted.
landslide or some bullshit. Something.
Yeah,
I don't
rats.
know.